come out and work. Now my question was, and I want you to answer. Now, but I'll tell you this. Now, when you obey God and you really look at it, now let me go this way. Remember Joseph? When he obeyed God, stayed in doing what God had told him to do. God gave him a vision. God gave him a dream. Now, my question was, who was blessed? Now, and you really look at it, and you know what he went through. He went. His brother stole him in the pit. Yeah. Potiphar's wife lied on him. He went to prison, and then the guys in prison forgot about it. But what happened? He kept looking to the Lord. And what happened? He kept looking to the Lord, and the Lord gave him authority over all. This is sucking everybody's stuff. Now, my question was, when you obey God, who's blessed?
God is.
Y'all didn't listen. Yeah. Because listen, now, like you know, you're blessed because you're obeying God. You're blessed. Yeah. And because we look at that because Joseph obeyed God, he was blessed. Now, his blessing just didn't stick on him. His blessing also went to everybody else. So maybe I should understand it. Maybe try to look a little bit closer. His blessing also spilled over, and after he was blessed, other people were blessed because of his blessing. Because of his obedience, he was blessed. Oh yeah.
All right.
I just want to, can I say meander? Is that a good word? I just want to meander through what we just been talking about this month. Can we do that? Yeah, because I just kind of want to, because look, we are in a transitional growth. Yeah, and what we've got to do, we've got to have our mind stayed on Jesus.
All right.
Yeah. This race, well, we cannot run this race by ourselves. Yeah. Jesus already figured out all the hills and hollows that we're gonna have to go through.
All right.
But for us to go through and be able to handle them, we've got to keep Jesus first. Listen, John, so stuff worked on this morning, so I guess I'll have to see if I can get there myself. 3 John, I just want to read one verse. 3 John, I got 3 minutes. 3 John, okay, all right. Sister Bird wasn't in Bible study, like she can read it. She wasn't in Bible study last.
What did I read?
We're reading 3 John, chapter 1, which you know that, verse 2.
3 John, 1st chapter, verse 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers.
Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Now, John said, now, beloved, that I want you to prosper as your soul. Now the soul is the inner part, right? That's what now, he said, now, I want you, now, so John is telling us, not only do I want you to physically get that $1 million, and look, but I want you spiritually to be blessed. Let me get it a little closer. Now, beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper in your health, even as your soul prospers. In other words, he said now, not only do I want this body to prosper, I want your soul to prosper. And then my question, I guess will be questioning today. So, how do I get my soul to prosper? Okay, I'm gonna think about that for a while. My question was now, how do I get my soul to prosper? Well, let me ask you this here now. I know some got maybe some weight lifters in here. Now, when you want to build muscles, you put protein, right?
Yeah.
Well, y'all ain't listening. Well, let me try to be slow.
Yeah.
Now, is that right? Is that wrong?
That's right.
You know, so you want more protein, right? If you're gonna run, if you're gonna race, right?
Right.
So that means you're gonna now. And where do you get protein from? Meat. Then they supplement. Yeah, you know. So now, and y'all looked at me funny, but I know I'm right about that because like some of the guys that used to be around and they was getting ready to run a race, that 5 miles, and what they were doing, they would change their diet. Yeah, when they got ready, and so what they would do is they would start putting more protein in the body. Yeah, and with the protein, it would allow it would strengthen their muscles. That's what you're going to have to run a race, right? Yeah. So the more protein they got in, the stronger their muscle would be, and they would be able to hold out in the race. Let me tell you this story here, boy. It's not mine, but I want to. I copied off of Dr. Paul, but he had a friend that was running a 26K, right? That's 26 miles, right? Yeah. So, and he had started training for the K and for the run, and he was told on a couple of things he needed to do. One thing he would need to do that day before, a couple of days before he run, he would need to ingest a lot of things that would kind of lock his bowels up. You know what I'm saying? Don't totally. And what will happen is, because when you start running the K, that there wasn't really a bathroom stop. Yeah. So you need to run all the way through the K. And he messed up and didn't follow instructions. And what happened about halfway to run, he said, okay, fellas, it's time to stop. But he had a friend in the neighborhood, so he ran over to his friend's house, knocked on the door and said, may I use your bathroom? And he about halfway, and then he sat down and used the bathroom and got ready to get up, and his legs started talking to him. He said, now, you think you're still in this race.
All right.
But you're not.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And his legs gave out on him, so that year he had to give up. But then, the next year, a few years later, he did it again, and he followed the instruction. Plus somebody came along beside him and had ran the K, and had been prosperous at the K. So, and it was a lady and she said, now, Pastor, I run the K every other year. But what I'm gonna do this year, I'm gonna help train you to get you ready to run the K. Yeah, and he said, because there are certain things, and certain things will happen while you're on your run that'll make you hit the wall. You know, we hit the wall that make you stop. And he said, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do some things for you that kind of push you on the way. Yeah, let me hurry on to the story. And what happened? She started helping to train, and then she said, now in a few about a quarter way, there'll be somebody there with a bottle of water and a banana. Yeah, and that was something encouraging. And about that time, he heard somebody holler his name out and ran over to the bottom rope, because you got to stay inside the rope, right? Ran over to the rope and somebody handed him a bottle of water and a banana. Yeah, in other words, somebody encouraged him as he's moving through. Now, and what I'm trying to get through is God has put us in each other's life for times like that when things are not going where we want to go. Yeah. In other words, that he knows when we're going to hit the wall. He knows when things are going to get tough and we don't understand what's going on. He knows. See, that's why we got to, I better get some more scripture, because yeah. And so what I'm going is, so he said, I want you to prosper. I want you to prosper money-wise. That's why I keep telling you, I don't want to be broke. And God said, I don't have to be broke. Is it right? Now, he didn't say I was going to be rich, but he told me I didn't have to be broke. Oh, y'all. All right. Maybe y'all want to be broke. Maybe y'all like me. That's all right. Y'all gonna be broke. Y'all gonna. Go ahead on and be broke. I'm gonna claim God promise. Yeah, you want to be broke, go on be broke. Yeah. But God told me I didn't have to be broke. He told me if I watch what I'm doing and try to manage what pennies he give me and give what he's supposed to give him, he told me that he would open up the window of heaven, pour me out a blessing that I wouldn't be able to see. Yeah, and not only that, he told me not only that, but the devourer, the one who's gonna take your money. I met him, but he would make him sit down, shut up, be quiet, leave you alone. That's my interpretation. But he did say he would, and he said we'd be like a tree, planted by the rivers of water. That's word. I keep telling y'all, Satan don't want you to know no word, because what happened is when you know word, can I say it my way? You can tell Satan, get out, stay out, leave me alone, how long to stay. How far to go when you know word, because that's what. Let me. Now, we've been talking about making Jesus your first choice. In other words, we talked about the lease. Can I throw that in there right now? The lease. Now, the difference in an earthly lease and a heavenly lease. Can I tell you the difference? Yeah. Earthly lease, you settle up on the end. A heavenly lease, you got to get on the beginning. Listen, why you say that? Because listen, you have to accept Jesus at the beginning to get a lease with him. Yeah, and what happened is, and because if you try to settle up with Jesus at the end, you're going to be left out. Yeah, you, thank you. Tell it again. Wait, how long? Too late. Yeah, you too late. Yeah, so you have to sign your lease in the front. And then what happened there, when you sign your lease in front, you're guaranteed renewal. Yeah, like, you leasing a car. Let me say, you leasing a car? Yeah. Now, and you can't take a Mercedes Benz running up and down the road the same place you run with a Jeep, can you? No. Yeah. You can't run through the bushes like you run a four-wheeler, can you? Yeah. Now, and if you take it back to the dealer, he gonna have some words for you, right? You think? Well, why are you gonna do God stuff like that? Oh yeah. Why are you gonna take? What do you mean? God said we are healed, right? That we are fearfully and wonderfully made, right? He did say that, right? That's what, right? So if we got another earthly lease, we wouldn't run it through the bushes. Why would we take God's body and run through the bushes? I should, but we got into this in Bible study. We made it through. But we got into it. It's in the Word. It's in the Word. Amen. Now, Solomon was talking to his son. And he told him, and I don't know about you, but really, it would have been nice, and then if somebody had said something a little earlier to me. But that's beside the point. Solomon told his son, now I'm trying to make, I got to make it GP, I can't make it X-ray because the older folks, we can make it X-ray. And really, this really need to be taught man on man and woman on woman. But I'm going to try to make it through on mixed company. All right? Okay. Yeah. Now Solomon told his son, I wondered when I got it, I said, Lord, how am I going to get back into this and out of it? Dipping, I just want to share a few things, because listen, our kids are watching on their phone pornography on their phone. No, young folks, no, they're not old folks like when we saw something when we saw the other parts, we was out of high school almost. I'm trying to keep it clear, right? Now, they pump on YouTube and they can see the extra parts. Y'all, I'm not trying to get more graphic than that, right?
I understand.
Right? Y'all know what I'm at, right?
Amen.
But so now, and not only that, but they seeing what all the other parts do. I'm trying to stay there, right? On YouTube. 3, no, well, they got to be a little older, but 13, 14, looking at stuff that we didn't. And so now, and I said this because that's why we have to be dealing with it. Tell them that that's not the way to go. Yeah, and what happened is, I know, I'm gonna be there about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna get back. But I want to show this because it's happening. And if the church don't deal with it, it's gonna get worse and worse. Yeah. And listen to me. I mentioned this last time. Between 13 and 18, if a person don't get saved, the chances go down. So why do you think Satan is so interested in getting our kids early? Because if he can get them locked in early, yeah, they got less of a chance to be saved.
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm trying, but every year after, between most kids is anywhere from 10 to 18 years. Most times people get saved. So and what happened is, and if they don't, that it doesn't say they won't, but the chances go down. Because what happened is, you know how the old folks said, they got smoke, they got set in their ways, right? Yeah, that's old folks talk, right? In other words, young folks, you just want to do it your way. Yeah. In other words, you straight on what you're doing. You straight, but no, you're not really straight unless you're in the Word of God. You're not straight.
All right.
Yeah, and what happened is all this has to come up. Y'all give me about 15. I'm gonna make it through this. It's kind of tough, but I need to tread it. Okay, because what happened is, because if I make it, if we make this where we can make our kids looking toward God, and can I say this? Us is too, huh? I put us in it, right?
Amen.
Us, y'all know us is, right?
All right.
Y'all know us is? Yeah. So, listen. I know and I keep using myself because I don't know much about y'all. I know that there's a lot of dumb stuff I did. If I could do it over again, I would redo it.
Amen.
But also, can I tell you? And listen, and you know what God said? Now listen. You tell them about it. Make it plain and tell them. And then what you can do after you tell them, you can laugh at them. You can just say, tough titty. I told you. But, well, maybe, yeah. Well, yes. Now, okay, I'm trying to get through. Listen, I said this about, if they tell you, if you tell, and the old folks, you said, a hard head. Yeah. And what that says now, because, and what happened is, we need to make, and this is how we make Jesus our first choice. But we make Jesus our first choice by giving him ourselves. And all, get kind of hot up here, Brother Brown. you think that's just Satan getting on my case? Ain't nobody quiet there. Yeah. Let me get on. I better try to get on out of here. Listen. And then after he said, now listen. And what happened? When God got Moses' attention, God spoke to him.
All right.
And when God get our attention, God will talk to us. God cannot talk to us and we got everything else going through our mind. So we have to make sure that we put Jesus first. Right. And then Paul said, I put off and put on. We talked about that. We put off this old body and put on the new body. And what that does, that means I'm putting off sin and I'm putting on new man. Thank you, new man. And because I put on a new man, my talk will not be the same. My walk will not be the same. And I won't act the same because I've got a new way of walking because God has become first in my life. And then I guess I'm trying to get back to the lease because when I'm leased and my life is leased to God, I have to follow his direction. And because I follow his direction, I have a promise. That Jesus says that I can be hidden. Now, Jesus is the key to open up all the hidden treasures in your word. In other words, when we put Jesus first in our life, that he's able to do anything, and able to put us on heels, and able to put us in jobs that we don't deserve, able to give us houses we can't afford when we put Jesus first. Yeah, and it says now, and to build your life on things above will make you stronger and stronger to go through all the toils and tribulations. And the Psalms right said now, because of Jesus, all the you know what, I'm thankful for this one. Y'all listen to this one. Because of Jesus, all the unfavorable records. I don't know about you, but I got a lot of unfavorable records. That means stuff I've done prior, right? Yeah. So now, but because of Jesus, he said all the unfavorable records recorded, God has canceled. In other words, because Jesus has become my life, Jesus has become first in my life, all the things that I'm going against makes Jesus has canceled those because he's given himself for me. And the peace of Christ gives us the guidance and design we need for our life. Listen, we mentioned and that we should seek the things above. And we talked about it a little bit, but in other words, we're going to see what we can do for God, how we can be more productive on this world. How that Galatians said, now, I have been crucified with Christ. Galatians 2, I have been crucified with Christ. Yeah. And I am no longer living, but Christ lives in me. In other words, I put to death my whole body. And I'm not living a life to glorify myself. I'm living a life to glorify who? I'm living a life to glorify God. And when I live a life, and that puts me back in the question now, when I glorify God, who's blessed? I won't go back to, I won't try to go back to that one again. And then, listen to this one, Romans 8:6, it said, now, the mind that governs the flesh is dead. Romans 8:6. Now, I wish y'all get there. And this NIV, I'm reading out of, now I have somebody read it. Now, Romans 8:6, it says, the mind governed by the flesh is dead. And it says flesh, what was it saying? It's saying, if my flesh, and we know what the flesh produces, right? You know, evil. I won't lie. But then it said now, but the mind governed by the Spirit is what?
And peace.
Now, so that means that's God's Spirit, right?
Amen.
So that means if my mind governs means control, right? Is that right?
Amen.
Yeah, that means that. So if my mind is controlled, if we want to know why we say, so if my mind is controlled by the Spirit, then I can have peace, and I can have guidance, and I can have leadership that God leads me the way I should go. Yeah, and it said now, but if it's governed by the flesh, there's death and eternity. 2 Corinthians, and I'm getting ready to get out here. 2 Corinthians 4:18. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 18. This reads it saying now, while we look not at the things which we see, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are. So I know we don't. So we've got to keep looking at God's promise, and because we look at God's promise, we can be assured that God is true to His promise. Hebrews 12:2. King James. Hebrews 12:2. It says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy. Now, can I stop there for a minute? Hi. Now, you gonna tell me you're gonna go on a cross and die? It said for the joy, right? Yeah, Hebrews 12:2. Now, if it was me, I'd be hell bound. I guess I would too. Because it said now, I'll start over again. I said now, unto Jesus, look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Yeah. Who for the joy was set before him, endured what?
The cross.
So what does that mean? That means, so now, he did that for joy. Now, without faith, it's impossible to please God, right?
Amen.
Yeah. So now, in other words, and Jesus just says the author, that means he wrote our faith, right? So, and not only that, but he said now, then he turned around, he said now, for the joy. In other words, that means he loved me, right?
Amen.
Yeah, for the joy. Now, so he went to the cross for the joy, you know. Now, I was on my way to hell. Y'all probably wasn't that way. Y'all probably already had it fixed up. But I was on my way to hell. But the word said now, for the joy set before Jesus. In other words, Jesus loved me so much that he wasn't. Can I say that? He didn't have his head hung down but he went for the joy. That means he was glad to do it, right? Is that what it right? He said, now for the faith, because the faith will put us back in with God. Yeah, for the joy, for the author. In other words, he wrote it, and he not only wrote it, he finished it, right? Yeah. Where he finished it at? On the cross. Yeah, he finished it on the cross. And look at it. And then, you know, y'all wouldn't, but I've been pouting all the way. No, I can't go. No, y'all crazy. No, not me. Let them die. Let them go to hell. Keep them there. But it said for the joy. Y'all better be glad. Because y'all be messed up. Sure would. You be trying to check to say, how hot is it down there, Satan? Yeah, that's what you be asking. Because that's where you're going. If I tell you I have to go to the cross for you, that's it. You gone. Yeah. Put on your hat. Get your bag, but that's where you're going. But Jesus said, for the joy, that he enjoyed doing it for us. All right, let me let y'all get ready to get out of here. Yeah. That one I did already. But listen to me. Like the dude Sunday had all them barns. Y'all remember, right? Had all that stuff. Start talking to himself. It's dangerous to talk to yourself. Especially when you start saying I. It's dangerous. To say. Now, and I'm gone. I got about 5 minutes, maybe 7, but 5, no more than 7, and I'm gone. Listen. Yeah, because this is what I like about God. He made the promise that if I would do what he asked me to do, that he would never leave me nor forsake me. He promised me, he's promising. He said, now, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. He said, all things, whatever you're going through, he said, now, I work it for your good. Yeah. Then he turned around and he said, now, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. Now, who is he talking to? Now, he said, now, what I've got for them that love me. Yeah. In other words, I don't know about you, but I believe the word of God. Yeah. It tells me I got it made. Although all this crazy stuff going on in the world.
All right.
God tells me that I'm more than a conqueror. Yeah. God tells me that I'm gonna be all right. I know it looks dark. I know that all those crazy folks up there. But God, if you read Revelation, God wins. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. God says that I've got it under control. Yeah. God says that I'm able to do anything except fail. God says, if you put me first, I'll take care of you. Yeah. And that's what we have to keep in mind. I know we got to love each other. We got to treat each other right. But our most focus needs to be on Jesus. Yeah. Because what happens is, when my focus get on Jesus, I take my focus off self. Yeah. Right. And you know who I start looking at? I start looking at you. I start looking at you to see how I can do you right. But long as I've got self, all I want to do is worry about self.
All right.
But when I begin to worry about God,
Amen.
but when I begin to worry about what God tells me I need to do,
right.
and God shows me, I will tell everybody I see. Same words my grandma used to say. Y'all know what she said, right? Well, she didn't. Let me tell you again. Probably didn't remember. I didn't even want to remember. She said, better get Jesus. Better get Jesus. Yeah. And what? Now, and can I tell you this? When the Spirit gets on you, it will control you. Yeah. And see now, and what would happen is, and I keep trying to tell you, I can't explain it, but I can tell it there.
Amen.
Yeah. I don't understand it, but I can tell it there. Yeah. And what happened is, and the more, I don't know about you, but the more the Spirit gets in me, the better I feel.
All right.
Although I got some aches and pains and places that hurt that I didn't know that was there. Yeah, that hurts now. And there's some spots that I wonder where that come from, Lord. But the more I realize that, Lord, I need to be getting ready to meet you.
All right.
Amen.
Because time, you look at the time. Yeah. That's why I have to get my joy from God. I can't get my joy from the world. Because the world joy is just temporary. Yeah. Listen, I take care of this body, but what I really need to be concerned about is my soul. Because my soul is going to be forever. All right. I quit. But keep in mind, make Jesus your first choice.
Amen.
Put off this old man and put on the new man. Not only that, but if your lease is not signed, you need to check it out. And if your lease is already signed, I read the print.
All right.
Yeah. And you know what a print is, right? That's the word of God. Because one thing about a lease, it lets you know what it's all about.
All right.
And that's what it's saying. Read the lease. Amen. What y'all said this morning? It's all what? All in the word. See, listen to me. Y'all ministering and don't even know it. Now, and nobody thought about that when we was practicing, did they? That's what I'm saying. We need to let God handle things. Yeah. I know I won't say this and I'm gone. Young folks, you got a chance to live a life for God.
Amen.
And you got a chance at a lot of scars. Y'all look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. A lot of scars. And a lot of I-oohs. Let me make sure I'm going to correct that word. A lot of trouble. Now I know y'all saved now. Y'all been baptized, right? So that means that you can't be raised hell in school. Should I find another word for it? I'm listening. Should I find another word for it? Oh, let me, maybe I should. You should be acting a fool in school. Is that any closer? Yeah. Bullying the teacher. Because back in my day, they could knock you down. Now they got to pacify you. Yeah. Yeah. They got to pacify you now. But back in the day, yeah, they knock you down and you didn't get up. You didn't, you didn't stand up. They tell you to sit down, you sit down. Yeah. And you try to make that a long way home. You try to make that a day. You didn't go right home. You try to scoot around. Anything else?